What if the very choices intended to preserve a sense of youth gradually reshaped the identities behind some of Hollywood's most recognizable faces? For many, cosmetic enhancements have been seen as a path toward confidence and lasting beauty. Yet in some cases, the outcome has been far more complex, bringing unexpected changes, difficult reflections, and deeply personal challenges. Stories like those of Pete Burns and Lynn May highlight how the pursuit of an ideal image can evolve in ways few anticipate. In this video, you'll explore some of the most talked about transformation journeys, the subtle signals often overlooked, and the broader lessons behind these decisions. Stay with us, because the final story may shift the way you think about beauty, perception, and self-image. Joan Van Ark, best known for her role in the television series Knots Landing, has long been recognized for her acting career and strong screen presence. Over the years, she has remained a familiar name in television history, especially for audiences who followed her work during the height of her popularity. In her later public appearances, some viewers and commentators have noted changes in her facial appearance, which led to public discussion and speculation about possible cosmetic procedures such as facelifts or injectables. However, these interpretations remain observational rather than confirmed facts, as she has not publicly detailed any such decisions. More broadly, her situation reflects a common theme in the entertainment world, where aging in the spotlight often becomes a subject of heightened attention, particularly for female performers. Aging in the public eye often comes with heightened visibility, where even subtle changes can be magnified through audience perception and media commentary. Many performers navigate an environment where appearance is constantly compared to earlier versions of themselves, creating an unspoken tension between personal comfort and external expectations. In this context, Joan Van Ark, known for her work in Knots Landing, is often discussed as part of a broader conversation about how longevity in entertainment can influence self-presentation. Rather than focusing on specific assumptions, her public journey reflects a wider pattern seen in the industry, where decisions about appearance, whether minimal or more visible, are frequently interpreted through a critical lens. Ultimately, these narratives highlight how fame can transform something deeply personal into a subject of public interpretation, raising larger questions about perception, identity, and the evolving standards placed on people who live their careers in the spotlight. Aging in the public eye often brings quiet pressure, where changes over time are noticed and interpreted in many different ways. In the entertainment world, even natural aging can become a topic of discussion, creating a complex space between personal comfort and public expectation. The experience often linked to Joan Van Ark, known for her role in Knots Landing, is frequently mentioned in broader conversations about how long-term visibility in media can shape perception. Rather than focusing on details, her journey reflects a wider reality shared by many performers over time. Ultimately, aging is a natural process that unfolds differently for each person. Some may choose aesthetic support, while others do not. But the most important factor remains personal well-being and the freedom to make choices without external pressure or judgment. Carrot Top, whose real name is Scott Thompson, has remained a recognizable figure in entertainment not only for his signature bright red hair, but also for the way his appearance has drawn ongoing curiosity over time. Celebrated for his fast-paced performances and creative use of props, he built a distinct identity within American comedy, particularly resonating with audiences who enjoy expressive, visual humor. Beyond the stage, however, subtle changes in his look have become a frequent topic of conversation, highlighting how public perception can evolve alongside a performer's long-standing career. Despite consistently attributing his look to natural factors, Carrot Top has remained the subject of ongoing curiosity among viewers and industry watchers. Subtle shifts in facial expression and contour over the years have led some to question what might be influencing these changes, from lifestyle habits to evolving presentation choices. Observers have pointed to details such as a more defined brow line, a fuller facial structure, and a smoother overall appearance elements that often spark conversation in the public eye. However, he continues to emphasize that his look reflects long-term commitment to fitness, personal care, and consistent routines, underscoring how perception can vary widely when it comes to appearance over time. Staying true to his comedic roots, Carrot Top has even playfully remarked that if he had made such changes, he might look very different today, an example of how he uses humor to address public curiosity. For longtime fans, especially those who have followed his journey over the decades, he continues to represent a lasting sense of energy and stage presence. Beyond any discussion about appearance, audiences still appreciate his distinctive style of comedy, marked by imagination, unexpected twists, and a dynamic connection with viewers. It is this enduring creativity and enthusiasm that have helped him remain a memorable figure in American entertainment for more than 30 years. Barbara Eden, best known for her iconic role as the enchanting Genie in I Dream of Jeannie, continues to captivate audiences with her timeless elegance and remarkably youthful presence. Born in 1931, she has remained a beloved figure in American pop culture for generations, admired not only for her acting talent but also for the grace and poise she brings to every stage of life. Her radiant appearance has naturally sparked curiosity over the years, with some observers wondering about the influences behind her well-maintained look. Subtle details such as her smooth complexion and vibrant energy often lead to broader conversations about beauty, aging, and personal care, while her enduring charm continues to define how audiences remember and celebrate her legacy. Such discussions are common in Hollywood, where appearance is often viewed through a magnified lens and every change is closely examined over time. However, Barbara Eden has never publicly confirmed undergoing cosmetic procedures, choosing instead to remain focused on her work and public engagements, rather than speculation about her image. For many longtime admirers, her presence is defined less by assumptions and more by a sense of continuity and enduring charm that feels consistent across decades. Observers often describe her look as natural and expressive, with a warmth that reflects personality more than perfection. In this way, her image becomes part of a broader cultural conversation about aging, perception, and how public figures are remembered beyond surface impressions. Whether her long-standing appearance is shaped by personal care routines, genetics, or simply an optimistic outlook on life, Barbara Eden continues to be associated with the idea of aging in the public eye. Alongside her on-screen legacy, what often stands out to audiences is the consistency of her presence across decades of entertainment history. Rather than focusing solely on surface impressions, many viewers also reflect on the broader qualities she has projected through her career: confidence in performance, familiarity in her roles, and a steady connection with audiences over time. For those who grew up watching her, she remains a recognizable cultural reference point, illustrating how public figures can be remembered through both their work and the evolving way they are perceived. Simon Cowell is a well-known TV producer and talent show judge, famous for shows like The X Factor and America's Got Talent. Over time, his appearance has changed noticeably, which has drawn public attention due to his long presence on television. He has openly mentioned using cosmetic treatments such as Botox and similar procedures as part of maintaining his on-screen look while continuing his career in a highly visual industry. These changes have often been discussed by audiences who have followed him for many years. Overall, his case is frequently referenced in broader conversations about aging in entertainment and how public figures manage appearance under constant visibility. Simon Cowell's appearance changes have sparked ongoing discussion about aging, image, and expectations in television. In a highly visible industry, even subtle differences can become widely noticed and interpreted. Some see his choices as personal control over self-image, while others question how far appearance changes should go in entertainment. Overall, his case reflects broader debates about aging and public perception in modern media. For older audiences in the United States, his story may resonate differently, reflecting a broader cultural shift in how aging is viewed in public life. Aging is often no longer seen in a purely natural or accepted frame, especially in media-driven careers where appearance is closely observed. At the same time, it opens a wider conversation about personal choice, well-being, and the importance of feeling comfortable in one's own identity, beyond external expectations or public standards. Katie Price is a well-known figure in British entertainment who has openly discussed her experiences with cosmetic procedures. Early in her career, she had a more natural look before gradually choosing visible changes, such as breast augmentation and rhinoplasty, which became part of her public identity over time. By her mid-40s, her evolving appearance was widely recognized and often discussed in media coverage as part of her long-standing presence in the public eye. Katie Price's appearance has changed over time through a series of cosmetic procedures that have been widely discussed in public media. Longtime followers have often noted differences compared to her earlier career, where her look was more natural and understated. Rather than keeping these topics private, she has been relatively open about her choices, which has made her one of the more publicly discussed figures in conversations about cosmetic enhancement. Among the most frequently referenced aspects of her journey are her multiple breast augmentation procedures, which have become a defining point in how her transformation is viewed in the public eye. Katie Price's later choices regarding cosmetic procedures have continued to attract public attention and discussion. As her appearance has evolved over time, it has become a frequent talking point in media coverage and among audiences who have followed her long career. While some commentary has focused on potential health considerations and the broader implications of repeated aesthetic procedures, these views remain part of wider public debate rather than established conclusions. She has consistently presented her decisions as personal choices tied to self-expression and identity. Overall, her journey is often referenced in broader conversations about modern beauty standards, autonomy over appearance, and how individuals navigate personal image in a highly visible entertainment landscape. Carol Bryan's experience is often referenced in discussions about cosmetic procedures as a serious and life-altering case. What she believed to be a routine dermal filler treatment reportedly resulted in unexpected complications after substances were injected into sensitive facial areas, leading to significant medical issues and long-term consequences. Her journey is frequently used in educational contexts to emphasize the importance of choosing qualified professionals, understanding what substances are being used, and being fully informed about possible risks before undergoing any aesthetic procedure. It also highlights how outcomes in cosmetic treatments can vary widely depending on safety standards and medical oversight. Overall, her story is often presented as a reminder that decisions related to appearance should be approached with caution, awareness, and careful consideration of both short-term expectations and long-term well-being. Carol Bryan's experience is often cited in discussions about the potential risks of cosmetic procedures when outcomes do not go as expected. In her case, she reportedly faced severe complications, including permanent loss of vision in one eye and noticeable changes to her facial appearance that were far from what she had anticipated. Beyond the physical effects, the emotional impact was significant, as she had to adjust to sudden and lasting changes in her daily life and self-image. In the years that followed, she pursued additional corrective treatments in an effort to improve her condition, but the results were limited and, at times, made the situation more complex. Overall, her story is frequently referenced as a reminder of how unpredictable outcomes in aesthetic procedures can be, emphasizing the importance of careful consideration, realistic expectations, and strong medical guidance before making such decisions. Carol Bryan's experience is often referenced in discussions about the long-term impact of complications from cosmetic procedures. Over time, she has spoken about how the difficulties she faced affected her daily life and emotional well-being, leading to periods of withdrawal and personal struggle. Now, in her later years, she continues to live with the lasting effects of that experience, and her story is frequently used in broader educational conversations about patient safety and informed decision-making in aesthetic medicine. It is often presented as an example of why careful research, qualified medical professionals, and clear understanding of potential risks are essential before undergoing any procedure. More generally, her case is also discussed in relation to the importance of regulation and oversight in cosmetic treatments, highlighting how outcomes can vary widely depending on safety standards and medical practice. Pete Burns, best known as the frontman of Dead or Alive, became widely recognized not only for his music, but also for his highly distinctive and evolving public image. Over time, his appearance became a frequent topic of media attention, often discussed alongside his artistic persona. What reportedly began with a single procedure developed into a long series of cosmetic interventions over the years, contributing to a dramatically changing look that became part of his public identity. His evolving appearance was frequently described in the context of personal expression and the pressures of image within the entertainment industry. Overall, his story is often referenced in broader conversations about identity, transformation, and how public figures navigate appearance in highly visible creative careers. Pete Burns' later years are often discussed in relation to his extensive cosmetic procedures and the complexities that can arise from repeated aesthetic interventions. Over time, multiple treatments reportedly led to medical complications that required additional corrective care and long-term management. His experience is frequently referenced in broader conversations about patient safety, informed decision-making, and the importance of understanding potential risks before undergoing repeated procedures. It also highlights how deeply personal choices about appearance can become intertwined with identity and lifestyle in high-visibility careers. More generally, his journey is often used as an example of how pursuit of a particular aesthetic ideal in entertainment can have lasting personal, medical, and financial consequences over time. Pete Burns' story is often discussed not only in terms of physical change, but also the emotional and psychological pressures that can accompany life in the public eye. His long journey through repeated cosmetic procedures is frequently viewed as part of a broader conversation about identity, self-image, and the intense expectations placed on visible public figures. He passed away in 2016 from cardiac arrest, a natural cause unrelated to cosmetic surgery. In retrospective discussions, his life is often used to reflect on the balance between personal expression and potential excess, especially when appearance becomes closely tied to artistic identity and public perception. Overall, his legacy is remembered through both his music with Dead or Alive and the wider cultural discussions his life helped spark about transformation, individuality, and the importance of well-being in any long-term personal journey. Lin May is a Mexican entertainer known for her energetic stage presence and work in film and dance, especially during her peak years in the entertainment industry. As she continued her career over time, she remained in the public eye while navigating the natural changes that come with aging. In widely reported accounts, she later sought cosmetic procedures in an effort to refresh her appearance. However, those reports also suggest that the treatment she received did not meet proper professional standards, which led to unexpected and lasting complications. Her experience is often discussed in media coverage as an example of how important it is to verify credentials and ensure safe medical practice when undergoing any aesthetic procedure. More broadly, her story is frequently referenced in conversations about trust, medical safety, and the risks that can arise when individuals seek cosmetic enhancement without adequate oversight or qualified care. Lin May is a Mexican entertainer known for her performances in film and dance, where she built a strong public presence during her peak career years. As she remained active in the public eye over time, She also faced the broader realities of aging in the entertainment industry. In widely reported accounts, she later underwent cosmetic procedures that did not meet proper medical standards, leading to severe and lasting complications. These outcomes reportedly had a significant impact on her appearance and brought long-term physical and emotional challenges, shaping how her story has been discussed in media narratives. More broadly, her experience is often referenced in conversations about the importance of qualified medical care, informed decision-making, and the risks associated with unverified or unsafe cosmetic treatments. Lin May's experience is often discussed as an example of the risks associated with unregulated or unsafe cosmetic procedures. In many media discussions, her case is referenced to highlight how important it is to ensure treatments are performed by qualified and licensed professionals, with full awareness of potential outcomes and complications. More broadly, her story is used in educational contexts to emphasize caution, informed decision-making, and prioritizing health and safety over aesthetic expectations. It reflects a wider message, often shared in discussions about cosmetic procedures, that long-term well-being should always come before short-term appearance goals. Thanks for watching.